Evolution Cup is coming and it is all about the Vigoroth. You must have one on your team. My name's Fish, this is Pallet Town PvP, and whenever a restricted meta comes around in Go Battle League or in some grassroots formats, we like to do a breakdown of them to help you get the ball rolling with your own research, building your teams, helping to get a handle of the meta before your opponents. Now, this is just your basic look at the meta, so you can start doing your own research on top of that. We also do a complete breakdown where we do all the thinking for you. It's myself and World Championship qualifier Lyle Jeffs. We live stream it on this channel every time it happens, usually on the Thursday night US time. If you want to check out this week's or this meta's stream, I will throw a link to that in the description, or you can click here. In the meantime, here's your basics. And like I said, all about Vigoroth. So Vigoroth with 2 counters of energy. How good is it? Well, against the entire meta, it has a win rate of 125 and 10 with 2 draws in the 1 shields. That's with 2 counters of energy. It is a spectacular safe switch, right? But not to be outdone, there is another Pokemon that is very, very busted and safe in this meta, and that is Shadow Dragonair. Check this out. In the 2 shields, without an energy lead, it has a win rate of 124 and 13. What's it losing to? Fairies, anything with charm, so Brionne. It's losing to Celio, which is fair enough, and Shadow Dusclops as well. Piloswine, so like ice and fairy essentially, because that Dusclops is throwing the ice punches as well. Speaking of Dusclops, Dusclops is probably your best bet in taking on both the Vigoroth and the Dragonair, but it does recommend it with Hex. That's an interesting one, because Hex will allow you to beat an opposing Dusclops, while Feint Attack is the fast move you want to be able to beat the Vigoroth a lot more comfortably. And I would also recommend the regular Dusclops is ranked higher. I would recommend the Shadow Dusclops, because that has much more consistent matchups against the Vigoroth. Next, what else do you have? You've got the Golbat and the Hakama-O, who they're both reasonable counters to Vig and Dragonair. Obviously not super reliable. I mean, that Vigoroth does have the Rock Slide now, which it didn't have in previous iterations of Evolution Cup, and so that will really, really hurt, especially a Shadow Golbat can potentially put it in range to counter it down, even though it is double resisting the counters. Speaking of Hakama-O though, Triple Dragon is absolutely a viable strategy, and I have seen it used in previous Evolution Cup. So you've got Hakama-O, you've got Zweilous, you've got Dragonair, and you've also got Arctibax, which is a new addition. It does recommend Avalanche. I'm kind of liking it better with Icy Wind. Icy Wind will allow you to do a little bit better. Like, if you can debuff your opposing dragons, then it will give you a little bit more of an edge against those opposing dragons. But like, it does take more energy to get to the Icy Wind than it would to get to a Body Slam, or Body Slam from both the Dragonair or the Zweilous. So that does make it a little bit of a dicey situation. You'd prefer an energy lead there. Primeape is also new in the meta. It's suggesting counter Ice Punch and Night Slash, which is generally what I would go for as well, because you really need the Night Slash for opposing Dusclopses. It is a really good counter to Vigoroth, and having Legacy Cross Chop instead of one of those moves might actually help you. Like, it will improve that matchup even further against Vigoroth, and also give you an extra weapon against opposing Primeapes. But it's going to be tough to give up Ice Punch or Night Slash. You need Night Slash for the Ghosts, you need Ice Punch for the Dragons, so do whatever you feel. You've got Charger Bug, which now has Volt Switch. In previous cups, you needed Bug Bite to beat Vigoroth and Spark to beat Golbat. Now you just go straight Volt Switch. However, because the Vigoroth has the Rock Slide, it's not like it's less good than it was previously for Charger Bug. And you've also got Haunter. Haunter is the other ghost in this meta, and it's really interesting because while it is triple resisting the counters from Vigoroth, the fact that it's got such low defense and HP means that the counters, while triple resisted, are still doing 2 damage to it, and 3 from a Primeape. And it's like a rank 1 only has like 100 HP, which means 2 damage each counter actually adds up. And when you're when you're throwing double resisted Shadow Claws back, like, you start to really lose that race after a while. You do have some versatility with your movesets on Haunter. You can have Ice Punch and also Sludge Bomb to be able to really one-shot a Vigoroth. I've run it with Dark Pulse in the past so that you're not giving up anything against opposing Dusclops. But again, do your own research. You could also run Double Punch, Ice Punch, Shadow Punch, just like a Dusclops would. You've got Piloswine, which is very hard to use, but very potent if you can get it in there when shields are down on the opponent's side, because Avalanche just is so hard hitting against most things. Celio, really nice against the dragons, but very hard to run in a Primate Vigoroth meta. Togetic has been given Steel Wing now and is a nice counter to dragons and Vigoroth. And then Chansey. That's it for the Evolution Cup meta. That's your basics. If you have suggestions of what you want to run, throw a comment in the description, because that helps the video get shared, and you know, we need viewers on these things. So make sure you check a comment or a like, if you could, and good luck with your climb.